Hi, I'm Jeremy Larkin, and you're watching Go St. George TV. Hey folks, Jeremy Larkin here with the Larkin Group at Keller Williams Realty in beautiful sunny St. George. Today is December 17th, and I'm giving you the date because this is a timely message. We want to be the very first folks to get you this information and to provide the information in a format that you can, make some decisions with. So we just had the first federal interest rate hike, official interest rate hike in 9 years. And this is this will go across the land, the United States of America, and it's going to affect people's ability and cost of buying and selling. But what we want to do is separate the myth from, myth from in fact and fiction and truth and all that other stuff, and help you make some good decisions. I'm going to tell you who this is going to impact most are those of you thinking of buying or selling in the next 12 months, 0 to 12 months. It will affect all of our real estate over time. Okay, so from some historical perspective, the Fed lowered rates dramatically 9 years ago when the economy started to tank. And it's a little bit like you're trying to get your toddler to walk and they're about to fall and hit their face and you grab their hand or their body. Or your son or daughter is trying to ride their bike and they're going to crash and you grab the bike. That's what the Fed did. Well, what they're doing now is the opposite. And we're going to talk about 3 specific items that you need to understand and then share this video. Everyone around you needs to have this information. Here we go. Number 1. They're removing their hands from the bike. They're letting the toddler go to see if they can walk. This means the economy is good. The Fed would raise rates only under the circumstances in which they feel really confident about our economic climate. Okay, so this is actually a good sign. Number 2, housing is still so affordable. I mean, just incredibly affordable. We did another video and ran some numbers. You can afford twice as much home now as you could 30 years ago. Meaning 30 years ago you could get a $110,000 home for, based on interest rates and the standard down payment. You're now like $220,000. Okay, housing is still at a record affordable rate. Maybe not the record, but folks, I was so delighted in 2003 when I built a home and I got a 5.7% interest rate. It's at 4.25 today after that hike. Number 3, and this is really important, it will get over time more difficult to buy and sell real estate. What does that really mean for you? Well, that rate hike was a 1/4 point today. That's about a $30 increase in your monthly payment if you're a buyer. Okay, so if a 1/4 point's a $30 increase, a full point for if we went up to 5% from 4.25, it'd be a $120 increase in your payment. But what's more is a 1 point increase in interest rate decreases what you can afford by 10%. Like if you're looking at a 200 home, it becomes 180. If you're looking at a $400,000 home, it becomes 360. So if it becomes more difficult to buy, homeowners, it becomes more difficult to sell. And this could over time affect, well, most certainly over time, it will affect home prices and make it more difficult to sell. You may have to reduce your price later. So if you've been thinking of buying or selling this year and you're kind of twiddling your thumbs and you're plotting and planning, I'm going to encourage you to really consider doing it right this minute. Okay, right this minute. Act now. It's a public service, not a sales pitch, because the numbers prove what I'm saying. It'll become more difficult to buy and, of course, more difficult to sell. All right, I'm Jeremy Larkin. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, 435-215-4533, or just give us a reply to our email, and we would love to speak with you. Jeremy Larkin here at the Larkin Group headquarters saying, we know this town.